So welcome dear students to yet another class in the subject Environmental Engineering 1. Today we are going to discuss what are the various population forecasting methods. So we know that whenever we design a water work project or a water supply scheme, it is essential to determine the total quantity of water that is required daily. So in order to determine the total quantity of water, we need to know two parameters, or we need to determine two parameters. Firstly, the population, determination of the population, which is a very important factor in the planning of the project, and secondly, the rate of demand. We also discuss what is design period. So generally, whenever we design a water supply scheme, it is designed for a design period of say 20 to 30 years. So the number of years for which the water work is designed, or for which the design of the water work have been done, we call it as the design period. Generally it is 2 to 3 decades, and or it can, in other words, we can say it is a future period for which a provision is made in the water supply scheme. We call it as the design period. Now coming to population forecasting. So what is population forecasting? Population forecasting may be defined as a method of determining the expected population for a particular design period of a water supply system. And this is mainly done with the help of the study and analysis of the future events as well as the available records. So we know that the population of any city which is under question can always be obtained from the records of the municipality or the civic body. So whenever we design a water supply scheme, these data may be collected, and from this we can compute or predict the future population. Moreover, we know that the increase in the population of any city depends on various factors, like the living conditions of the city, the environment, the industrial potential, the state of development, and also the location with respect to the road, rail link, etc. Also the climatic conditions, etc. Now, whenever we design a water supply scheme, we know that there are various factors that affects the population growth. So of all the factors, these are the three important factors that affect the changes in the population. That is, increase due to the birth, decrease due to death, or there may be an increase or a decrease due to migration. What are the various population forecasting methods? So these are the various methods by which the population can be predicted or forecasted. As you see here, the arithmetical increase method, geometrical increase method, incremental increase method, decrease rate of growth method. You have the simple graphical method, graphical comparison method, master plan method, zoning method, and the logistic curve method. So we'll see each of these in detail. So coming to the arithmetical increase method. So arithmetical increase method is actually the simplest method for determining or for population forecasting. And but one main concern is that in this method we get the results that are obtained are usually low, or we get lower results in this method, and it is a method in which we assume that the rate of change of population with time is a constant. So, and this is mainly suitable for large and old cities with considerable development. So mathematically we can express it as dp by dt is equal to c, where dp by dt represents the rate of change of population with respect to time, and c is a constant. So in this method we can say that the population after n decades, that is Pn, can be determined from the expression Pn is equal to P plus n into C, where Pn represents the future population at the end of n decades, and P represents the present population. Here the letter C, it indicates the average increment for a decade. So in this method what we do is, we will find out what is the increase in population for each decade, from decade to decade, and then we will compute the average. So this average is what we call it as, what we express as C here. So this method should be used for forecasting population, as I told you, for large cities which have reached their saturation population, because we usually get lower results in this method. Now coming to the next method, that is the geometrical increase method or uniform percentage method. This is another name. We call it as geometrical increase method or uniform percentage method, or it is also called as geometrical progression method. So here again, in this method, we assume that the percentage increase in population from decade to decade is a constant. In the earlier method, we have assumed that increase in population is assumed to be constant, whereas here we assume that the percentage increase in the population from decade to decade will be a constant. So we know that from the population data of the previous, say, 3 or 4 decades, the percentage increase can be found out, and then we will find out what is the average of the percentage increase. So this can be found out by the expression Pn is equal to P into 1 plus Ig by 100 the whole raised to n, where Ig is nothing but the geometrical mean, that is the average of the percentage increase, and P represents the present population and n represents the number of decades. So this is the expression for finding out the population or forecasting the population by the geometrical increase method. So we all know the computation of income by using the simple interest method and the compound interest method. So in the we can say that the arithmetical average method is actually similar or analogous to the simple interest method, and the geometrical increase method is analogous to the compound interest method. So in this case, we get higher results as compared to the arithmetical increase method. So this is the geometrical increase method of determining the population. Now coming to the next method, that is the incremental increase method. So incremental increase method is a method which combines both the arithmetic average method as well as the geometrical average method. So like earlier methods, from the previous census data for several decades, we can find out the actual increase in each decade that will be first found, and then we find out what is the increment in the increase for each decade. So first we will find out what is the actual increase, and after that we will find out what is the increment in increase for each decade, and from this we will find out what is the average of the increment of the increase. So average of the increment of increase, we call it as the incremental increase, and that is why this method is called as a incremental increase method. So in this method we will find out firstly what is the actual increase, and then we will find out what is the increment in the increase for each decade and find out the average of that, which is called as the incremental increase. So again, the population for the next in this method we find out the population for the next decade by adding to the present population the average increase as well as the incremental increase. So that is why we say it is a combination of the earlier two methods. So in this method the expression is Pn is equal to P plus n into x, that is the arithmetical method, and then we take the other method as well. So n into n plus 1 by 2 into y. So here x represents the average increase and y represents the incremental increase, and again Pn represents the population after n decades and n represents the number of decades. So this will be more clear to you when you work out problems. So this is the incremental increase method, which is a combination of arithmetical increase method and geometrical increase method. Now coming to the graphical method. So graphical method is here the population of the last few decades are correctly plotted to a suitable scale on a graph. So and this population curve will be extended. So this graphical extension method, it is also called as the graphical extension method because we are extending the graph. So here we plot a graph between the population and the time, and this curve we call it as a population curve, which it will be smoothly extended for getting the future population. And this extension has to be done very carefully because it requires experience and judgment. And the best method to apply this method is to extend the curve by comparing with the population curve of some other similar cities having similar growth condition. So here this is a graph, simple graph which represents the curve which is drawn by plotting the population in lakhs to the time or to the year, and this graph may be extended in order to determine the population of any future decade. So thus it is called as a graphical extension method. Now coming to the graphical comparison method. So this is actually a variation of the earlier method, that is the graphical extension method. So in this method, what we do is the census populations of the cities that are already developed under similar conditions will be plotted, and the curve of the past population of the city under consideration is also plotted. It is also plotted in the same graph. I have not included the figure here. I'll do that in the notes, PDF notes. I'll be including that. So we just have to know that this is actually a method which is similar to the earlier method, except that here the curve of the past population of the city under consideration is plotted on the same graph, and this curve is extended carefully by comparing with the population curve of some other city which has a similar curve or similar condition of growth. And the main advantage of this method is that the future population can be predicted from the present population even in the absence of some of the past census report. So that is one advantage of the graphical comparison method or the comparative graphical method. Now we have the master plan method or the zoning method. So this is actually a scientific method which is by using the limitations that are imposed by the town planner in the increase in density of the population of various parts of the city. So in this case, firstly a master plan of the city will be prepared, and that will be divided into various zones, like we say the residential zone, the commercial zone, industrial zone, and any other zone, and then each zone will be allowed to develop as per the master plan only, and then the future population for each zone, when it is fully developed, can be easily found out. So this is the master plan method. Now coming to the logistical curve method, or it is called as a logistic curve method. So this is again a method which is used to determine the growth rate of population due to birth. This is actually a method when it is used when the when the growth rate of the population due to various factors like the birth, death and migrations etc. take place under normal situation, and it is not subjected to any extraordinary changes, like say whenever there is an outbreak of an epidemic, war, earthquake or any natural disaster, and the population follows the growth curve characteristics of the living things within the limited space and the economic opportunity. So in this method, if the population of a city is plotted with respect to time, we obtain a curve which looks like the letter S. So this S-shaped curve, we call it as the logistic curve, and thus this method is also known as the logistic curve method. So we'll be discussing, or these methods will be more clear to you when we work out problems. So these are the various methods of determining the population or forecasting the population. Thank you.